A lost culture of classical Chinese dance is coming to Grand Forks, and it's an experience they say will take your breath away. Cheyenne Liu, the community outreach coordinator, is here to tell us what we can expect at Shen. Welcome to the show, Cheyenne. How are you doing this morning?
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Jordan.
And so I see the commercials running all of the time, and it looks amazing. And so what does Shen mean?
Shen means the divine, and Yun means the essence. And together in Chinese, it forms another meaning, which forms the beauty of the divine being dancing. So we're so happy to bring Shen back to Grand Forks again since 2019.
That is amazing. And like I said, the commercials for it look phenomenal. It's a pretty big setup they have there. What can people expect when they go?
Good. When they see Shen, they'll be actually watching about 18 pieces, mostly dance, featuring 5,000 years of traditional Chinese culture. You'll see ethnic dances, you'll see folk dances, you'll see court dances from the different dynasties. And there's also many little mini story-based stories of traditional Chinese culture. So there are 5,000 years of Chinese history. So there's a lot of material to draw from. So it's very exciting.
There is a lot to draw from there. And so is this a show that you would recommend maybe you take grandma, grandpa, and also the kids to? Is it family friendly?
Oh, yes, absolutely. My boys, since they were 10 years old, been going to watch Shen because it's not story just for girls to watch beautiful girls dancing, but there are many traditional heroic tales of the Chinese people. So monk stories and a lot of martial arts movements. And so it's a fun show for the whole family. It's cultural and it's educational, and it's conveyed through the universal language of dance, so everybody can understand it. There are also two MC, one speaks Chinese and one speaks English, that will introduce the dance to you before you see it. And the program book, it's in both Chinese and English, and it'll explain the stories, the dances before you watch it as well.
For you personally, what's one of your favorite parts of watching this or seeing it performed?
Wow, there's so many facets. Not just the story. It's something you can never really see in China, because even if you went to China, you would see one particular ethnic dances from that particular province. So Shen is able to draw all of the richness of different types of traditional Chinese culture in one production. So you could see, like, there are 20 dynasties in China, which every dynasty has their own unique dance forms. So you would see court dances from the Tang dynasty or the Qing dynasty. For the Qing dynasty, which was the last dynasty of China, right? And the princes back in the Qing dynasty were called Ge. So they have a very unique form of costumes, which was sometimes they call it the grace of the princes. The princes are called Ge, and they would have these very graceful walks that's very unique to the Qing dynasty. And from let's say, or the Han dynasty, the costume would have these long, wide sleeves, which very distinctive of Han or the Tang dynasty. So those are something that people would never really know. You know, the Chinese culture is so vast, and there's so much to learn. And I still continue to learn it every day, but you get to see it in one show. And people also doesn't know that the Chinese had 50 different ethnic groups. So they would draw Mongolian dances or Tibetan dances, which you would never see unless you traveled to China extensively for years and years, and you still would only see a glimpse of China. So we bring China to your backyard, essentially.
Yeah, you can internationally travel without leaving your own community. It's the best
Absolutely.
of both worlds there. And the show is January 24th in Grand Forks. Tickets are available at shenyun.com. We have that at the bottom of right on your screen right now, SHENYUN.com. Cheyenne, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Coming up here on today's show, a yoga studio and wellness center hoping to help you towards your fitness goals in 2022. Stick around.